What's up, people? How are you? Happy day 13 from the roughest, nastiest I've ever looked in my entire life. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It doesn't matter the date it is anymore, because every day is the same. Our lives, my friends, are just like that movie Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray. Real funny movie. He wakes up and every day is exactly the same, and that's how it is here. You know, today, my alarm goes off at 6:20 in the morning. Don't ask me why I set it for 6:20, but I do set it for 6:20. I typically am an early riser. Today it went off. I opened my eyes, reached over, shut it off, went back to bed. I said, why bother? Why get up? What am I going to do? Drink my coffee to prepare myself for what? Watching Netflix? Listening to Spotify? Mopping my frickin' floors that I've mopped? And doing I've washed my sheets and my blankets and my pillowcases more here in the last 13 days. I've washed them probably 3 times. So they're clean. So anyway, why get up? Why know the day? Why know the time? Doesn't matter. Why look good? Doesn't matter, my friends. One positive here since my 13 days, I've got a lot more Serbian dinars in my wallet. Because I have nothing to spend them on. You know, I can't go out. I can't do anything that I normally do. I'm a guy, like Americans or don't. Some of you watch Don't. I know you don't. I don't blame you. I mean, a lot of people don't like us, but I'm a good guy. But I'm good for, if you like me or you don't, I'm good for your economy here in Serbia, especially for small businesses and waiters and waitresses. You ask those waiters that I deal with on a normal day-to-day basis and ask them how much I tip them. I'm always tipping 5, 6, 1,000 dinars. Ask the guys at Horace Nargila Bar. They'll tell you. They love me. They treat me well, and I reward them well. And almost every day I'll go in there and smoke and drink, and maybe I'm in there for 4, 5, 6 hours. Doesn't matter. Then after that, I go to a place and buy food. So I am contributing here to your economy. And the taxes that I pay are exorbitant. Anyway, I've got more money. Let's learn something before we talk about Corona. Since we've got Serbian dinars out, you want to, if you're a foreigner or maybe somebody from the diaspora, I get a lot of messages from folks in the diaspora. Lots of them in California message me. Detroit, Houston. So nice to see you guys. Some of them haven't been back to this country in years and years and years. A young lady from Ontario, she messaged me. Her dad messaged me. He's 80-some years old. He hadn't been back to this country in 50 years. He's wanting to come back here. Anyway, let me teach you something fun so we don't have to talk negatively. This is Hiya dinara, okay? 1,000 Serbian dinars. The current exchange rate is about $9.50. $9.40 cents, I think, is what it is currently. But these are my favorite bills, the 1,000 dinars. So it's roughly $10, okay? And on the $10 bill, see this guy right there, the cool-looking little mustache? That is George Wiefert. It's spelled with a W, and in Serbia they don't have the letter W. He was born actually in Pančevo. I lived in Pančevo. You can find he opened the first brewery ever in Serbia, Wiefert. He was born in late 1800s, 1850s. He was around to early 1900s is when he existed. And when he made the brewery, I don't remember. But anyway, I learned that when I was in Pančevo. There's a Wiefert brewery, and there's still a beer, Wiefert Pivo. He was also, I think, the first leader of the Serbian bank, the Bank of Serbia. So, $9.40. That's what it looks like. And the cool thing about Serbian denominations, they're all a different size. So if you're blind, in the United States, let me back up. I hate the fact that they're each a different size, because the largest denomination in Serbia is 5,000 dinars, and it's really wide. So you put it in your wallet, and it's always mashed, the end of it. In the USA, they're all exactly the same size and the same color, but in Serbia, they're all different. So if you're blind, you can actually tell, I guess. Anyway, we got off track, but who cares? I'm sick of talking negativity, you know? Every day's negative. And I'm a positive guy. No more 20-minute videos. Jesus, that was way too long yesterday, so forgive me. I know that was too much, but I don't have anybody else to talk to. I just talked to my buddy Uroš Milic, drank some rakia, and, well, now I'm drinking Cedevita. I talked to him today. But other than that, my only face-to-face, besides with him, is you today. Corona numbers. Serbia jumped 82. Another big jump. Last 4 days, everything's over 70. It was like 75, 80, 130. Now today, 82. We're up to 741 confirmed cases. That's a lot. A lot of them in Valjevo. It's become a hot spot. So those are the numbers. America's up 9,500 from yesterday, 133,000. It's getting kind of scary in the USA. Governor Cuomo, President Trump, and the governor of Rhode Island, they was going to they're stopping cars with New York plates. They talked about quarantining New York. And it sounds like it's maybe civil war. That's what the governor of Governor Cuomo of New York said. He said, if Trump does something like that, that's an act of war, you know? So maybe I'm going to go back to the USA and we're going to have 50 separate countries. I don't know. God, this is scary. News here in Serbia. Another bit of information that I learned yesterday after I made the video. Saturdays and Sundays now, it's 3 p.m. curfew, mandatory curfew, 3 p.m. to 5 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. So today, by the time I got up, drank my coffee, checked everything, the country was closed. It was 3 o'clock. So that's what they're doing on weekends. And today they stopped on Gazela Bridge there in Belgrade. Over 50 different cars after 3 p.m. got tickets, citations. The citations for being out after curfew between 50,000 dinars and 150,000 dinars. That's 500 euros to almost 1,500 euros. That's a lot of money here. It says the equivalent, if you go to jail instead, that's 1,000 dinars a day in jail. So I guess you have your choice, you know, man, but they're serious. Stay home. The other big a couple controversial things today. Dog walking. This is in the Washington Times. They even had an article about the Serbian government, the curfew, the mandatory curfew at 5 p.m. No dog walking, nothing. You cannot leave the house unless you have a specific permission to be going somewhere. And the dog walkers here, people with dogs are very angry because they're going to get a ticket if they go out and walk their dog, let their dog use the restroom or something. So there's a big, massive anger about that on social media, about the Serbian government not allowing people to walk their dogs. What else? Oh yeah, the other one. There's a church by Velika Planina. It's down a little bit south of, I think, like Smederevo and Belgrade on the way to Niš on the autoput. And there was footage today that was going around about Serbian police inside a church. And the Interior Ministry said that was false, that it was not, kako se kaže, they didn't target the church intentionally and they didn't swarm the church like it's stated, but it did show the police inside the church talking to the priest. And there was a lot of people in there. And I saw the other day, like these church leaders, by no means do I want to be disrespectful to your faith, the Orthodox faith, but I saw some of the priests outside the church with this little jar, with this spoon. I don't know what's in that. You'll have to explain it. They dip the spoon in there to one parishioner. He would eat it. Then they dip it right back in to another one and another one and another one. So that's just like massive, breeding grounds for corona. And what else? I think that's it, my friends. Okay, I had to interrupt this video. I remembered what else I was going to tell you. Young lady, another American that's here that decided to stay here rather than return to the USA during the Corona situation. She sent me her story, and I thought it was really interesting. So I'd like to read it to you. So there's another American that felt it's safer here in Serbia than to go back to the United States during this pandemic. She says, "Hi, so let's see. I was married 25 years ago to a Serb. We met on a blind date in Los Angeles. We had a daughter. Both she and I got baptized into the Serbian Orthodox Church. I brought my daughter to Belgrade in 1997 to meet her grandparents. We took a tour of monasteries, and I fell in love with the Serbian people. Everyone was so nice, but when they found out I was an American and had brought our daughter back, it was like she was a Serbian princess returned. The food, the wine, the coffee, the beautiful people, I was in love with this country." So fast forward 23 years. My kid graduates with a master's degree and she wants to learn Serbian language. Her dad never taught her, so she's in Belgrade learning the language and she loves it too. She applied for a job in economics and got it. I came out to visit and fall in love all over again. That was last spring. Alexandra asked me to come back. I work from my computer, so here I am. This was in January. Flash forward, and here we are. We felt safe and secure in our apartment by the Danube. We got notice that there was a plane leaving and had like 12 hours to prepare. We discussed it and decided to stay. She was still working, and frankly, I felt more comfortable here in Belgrade with the Serbs. The shit they went through 21 years ago with the bombing and the sanctions, these people have been through hell and back. Even my ex-husband thought it was the best idea. So here we are, Rocky in the house with plenty of food and a little market downstairs. I stay here because of how different the lifestyle is. I'm going to apply for residency when this lockdown is over. I want to stay even during these hard times. No one freaks out and buys all the toilet paper. Everyone in my building helps out and asks if we need anything from the store, and all of the pensioners are assisted. I have had nothing but polite interaction with folks queuing properly at the shops and kind smiles behind the masks and nods because we're all in this together. I have Serbian friends and even an American who also used to be married to a Serb. He's also a pilot like my ex. They both flew in the States and were roommates. But me and them never met until now. My favorite place in the world is Fruška Gora, and I've never felt safer in a city than in Belgrade. I'm not an idiot, and I don't walk down dark alleys at night, but there's always a friendly face to help. My God, the people here are so kind, friendly, and helpful. Kindest regards, Heather. Heather from Arizona, what an awesome situation. That's what you find, my friends. Everybody says that about the Serbian people. Good people that are taking care of us, always there to help. They're not freaking out buying all the toilet paper. That's the way they roll. Anyway, my friends, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao. Stay safe.